welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's all up next.
Well, this 2024 season has been one to remember. Great games, great players, great finishes. And now, it all comes down to this. One game to decide it all. On this February night at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, this is Super Bowl 59. Coming up, a battle here in the NFL playoffs. It's the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs and the champions of the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks. A champion set to be crowned tonight. It's Super Bowl 59. And off we go to a flash of lights here in New Orleans. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, you're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top. This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
First down throw, Mahomes to the outside. Catch made by Hopkins. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. He's into space past the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they take it to the 20-yard line with that one. That pickup good for 29 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. To the sideline. He's got Hopkins. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's in! Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. That opens the scoring here in Super Bowl 59. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. A return now from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
He admitted to us the other day, Mike, that he's started to feel a little anxious as game day approached, and I think that's normal. Winning the NFC, that's one thing. But this is the type of stage that can take your legacy to a whole nother level if you're able to come out on top. But in order to make that happen, he's going to have to put those nerves behind him as soon as possible. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in an early hole because you just couldn't settle down. If he's able to remain calm, play his game, his team's going to have a great chance to end this night as world champs.
DK Metcalf was the intended target, and it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Quarterback's having a hard time establishing any sort of rhythm here early against this defense. He fails to connect on the first down pass. They give him another opportunity through the air on second, and it gets even worse. They can't protect the quarterback, and they can't get him some easy completions. It just makes everything for this play caller that much more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Smith. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Chiefs offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. First and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down, it's Mahomes. Second down and 3. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
On third down, Mahomes. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Price. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
A big play here in the big game. 32 yards.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Here's Pacheco. Good blocking, and he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. That his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. Give him a second touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now, Gino. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Play action now. It's Gino. That is caught. He finds Walker. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
Smith to throw on first down. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. Working out of the gun, Smith. He gets that to his big target, Fant. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Gino now on 1st and 10. Here's a shot toward the end zone. It was Jalen Watson who got the arm in there to break that one up.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
They'll run the toss with Walker. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards with Justin Reed up from a safety spot to make the stop. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Mahomes. He'll get this complete. That's the tight end, Noah Gray. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy. They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
So after one here in Super Bowl 59, it's the Chiefs on top. More from New Orleans after this. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. He's got space inside the 25. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Well, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch right there, and that's something that every offense stresses. The ability to be equally effective run and pass on any given snap. They follow up the successful pass play with a big explosive run.
To the left side in the hands of Rice. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. It is brought in the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Butker on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs move out to a 21-3 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jalen Darden now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Smith, RPO, and that's Lockett. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Once again, it's Walker. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Third and long. From the gun, it's Gino. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. Trent McDuffie right there with a tight defensive coverage.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Play action here. Mahomes. That is caught down the field. It's worthy. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Here's Pacheco. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
A first down throw for Mahomes. Looking middle, he's got Kelce. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with first and goal.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back is Smith. It is complete. He finds Lockett. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On 2nd down, Smith. Metcalf left side, he's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Smith to throw on 1st and 10. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
The tight end Fant in motion. On the handoff, this is Walker. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. They'll try and run it with Walker. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This one from 52 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Myers back out there, had the field goal a moment ago, now set to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
On the handoff, this is Pacheco. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. He'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
The left side into the hands of Hopkins. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to New Orleans and Super Bowl 59 after this. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelce. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up 1st downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's...
Oh, a man wide open. He's got it. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule: the closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
Butker now for the point after. He's got it. And the Chiefs add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. Second and 7. Play action now. It's Gino. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Smith. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. In the first half, we saw some strong play from Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Two quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play.
Well, you can tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
On 2nd down, Walker. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Gino to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the pistol, here's Walker. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Back to the drawing board for this run game, Mike. The offensive coordinator and his staff, they have to do a better job giving plays, giving opportunities to their offense to find success on the ground. Because right now, they have no answers for this defense.
Now Walker. Down the sideline, past the 40. They gain 18 yards on that one. 1st down, Seattle.
With this guy's athleticism, Mike, you can see why they love getting him out into open space. And the toss is one of the quickest and easiest ways to do it. And anytime his guys on the outside hit their blocks and spring them, he can get to the 2nd level in a hurry.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Now he'll run. Gino's been around, knows how to slide and get out of harm's way after picking up the 1st down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that 1st down marker is, he's able to pick up the 1st down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the 1st down.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And he'll take this down right to the edge of the red zone at the 21. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Second down and 8. They'll run right. Here's Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, You're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Seahawks will cut into that lead. So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. First down throw, Mahomes to the left side in the hands of Rice. Second and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Big Leonard Williams brings him down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelce. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Still 3rd down.
So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. They put Kelce in motion. On 3rd down, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. This will start from the 12, try to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Walker. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
He's catching down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll run the draw with Walker. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he will have the Seahawks first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Gino now on 1st and 10. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there. It's 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 2nd down, it's Gino. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Checking it down, this one is caught. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on 3rd down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
The Seahawks sending out their punt team. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far.
He keep talking, bro, don't leave his missing. Baby, he's all white. These ain't no Hirachi. Bad, 50 flow. He ain't Hibachi. I got 10 missed calls.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down.
Mahomes pass. Complete to number 1, Xavier Worthy. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
All right, Mike, now it's getting to the point where it's almost becoming borderline disrespectful. Despite having this big lead here in the 2nd half, they continue to take shots downfield. They are not content with just running this clock out and shaking hands and going off with a win. Truth be told, I think they're trying to embarrass him, and they're doing a pretty good job at it.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes.
Mahomes pass. Complete to DeAndre Hopkins. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Mahomes now to throw again. There's that man again. Another catch. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line.
And this is how you just keep wearing down a defense. You find yourself with a pretty big lead. Now can they just lean on this run game the rest of the way and close this game out with a win?
Here's 1st and 10. They put Kelce in motion. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelce. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Super Bowl 59. EA Sports back for the 4th from SoFi after this. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. Right back to Kelce again. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And he'll take it on in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Kansas City. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Now Butker to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs stretch things out even further. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Darden. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now this team's offense ready to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the gun, it's Geno. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. Here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, Smith. Lock it on the slant. He's got it. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. From the shotgun, Smith. He has Lockett over the middle. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A second down throw for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's fourth down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
Now or never, they'll throw. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. It's pulled in by the Chiefs.
Not that it's much of a consolation, but either way, Mike, that's going to result in a turnover. Going forward on fourth down, he's clearly stopped short of the sticks. In this case, might be trying to make something out of nothing there to keep that play alive, but great job here by the defense coming away with the stop, and now we'll see if the offense can come on the field to take advantage of it.
The Chiefs offense getting set to get back to work. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now, a carry for Hunt. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
On second down, Mahomes. To the outside, catch made by Worthy. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelce. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now to throw on second down. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. That his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Butker now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Chiefs add on to their already sizable lead.
Chiefs 49, Seahawks 9.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. On the return is Darden. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And now following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. First and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's the number 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now on second down. To the left side in the hands of Rice.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. From the gun, here's Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 to the 16-yard line.
They put Kelce in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Gray is the motion man here. Patrick to throw. That's going to be caught by Gray. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Over the middle, that's Kelce. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
It seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is. And he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch. And even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks. I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Hopkins sent in motion. He's got his big tight end, Kelce. Touchdown, KC. that his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Here's Butker now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs will add one more on. Away. On the return is Darden. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. This team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He's going to keep it himself. Gino's been around, knows how to slide and get out of harm's way after picking up the 1st down.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out, or it certainly needs to be protected.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Here's Gino. He gets that to his big target, fans. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
That's dropped off for Walker. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Smith to throw. Taking off. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down. Smith. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Now a 2nd down throw for Smith. Throwing it out wide, and Metcalf has it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Smith. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquill. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So often, my defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. A handoff to Pacheco. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Tyrese Knight on the tackle. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Mahomes going to keep it himself.
The quarterback runs it on the option. The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
And the Chiefs have done it. They are once again Super Bowl champions. So what more can you say about these Chiefs? Think about it. We had the